What's the real difference between just a job and a calling? A lot of the time, it really just comes down to a story. And look, I'm not talking about those boring, bland corporate mission statements, the ones that get printed on a poster and then everyone just forgets about them. No. Today, we're going to dig into how to author the core story of your company, that why, that can literally change everything.
Okay, this really, really gets to the heart of it. Just think about it for a second. Think about the best team you've ever been a part of. Were you guys just showing up for a paycheck, or did you feel like you were a part of something way bigger? That's the power of a great story. It turns a job into a mission, and it gets everyone pulling in the same direction, not because they have to, but because they actually want to.
And that's a perfect lead-in to our first big idea here. This is about so much more than just a job. Look, before you can build anything that lasts, I don't care if it's a product or a team, you have to know who you are. And this isn't some fluffy, nice-to-have stuff. Seriously, clarifying your identity is the bedrock. It's the foundation that makes everything else even possible.
And this is where the magic really happens. A clear story, it connects your why, that deep core purpose, with your where, that future you're building. And when your team really sees that connection, their role completely transforms. It goes from just a list of tasks to a meaningful piece of a much larger story. And that, right there, is the secret to unlocking some incredible motivation and alignment.
And let's be super clear about something. This is not an exercise in corporate jargon, so you can just put that buzzword dictionary away. The goal here isn't to sound impressive, right? It's to be understood. Your superpower here is authenticity. A few honest, simple words that come straight from the heart will always beat a whole paragraph of that vague corporate speak nonsense.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? Well, it all breaks down into 4 pretty essential questions. A good way to think about these is like they're the main chapters of your company's story. We've got purpose, vision, clients, and team. Let's walk through each one. All right, first up, we've got the big 2, purpose and vision. This is all about defining your why and your where. Your purpose, that's like your unchanging North Star. It's the reason you exist. And your vision, well, that's the exciting destination on the map that your North Star is guiding you towards.
So, let's start with the most fundamental question of all. Why do you exist beyond just making money? This is the one that really gets to the very core of your organization. See, profit is a result, sure, but it's not a purpose. So what is that deeper reason? What's the thing that gets your company up in the morning? What contribution are you actually here to make?
And that is what you're aiming for. Think of your purpose as your North Star. It's constant, it's unwavering, and it should guide every single decision you make. Now, the real challenge? Boiling it all down to just 1 or 2 really powerful sentences. That constraint, that's what forces you to get absolutely crystal clear.
Okay, so our North Star is set. Now we get to look toward the horizon. This next question shifts our focus from the why to the where. What are you actually building? And if everything goes right, what do you hope will be true in, say, 3 to 5 years?
That future you just pictured in your head? That is your vision. And it's not some vague, fuzzy dream. It's a tangible destination. This is the next exciting chapter in your story. And a vision that's this clear, it doesn't just inspire the team you have. Now, oh no, it acts like a magnet, pulling in the exact right people you'll need to help you write that chapter.
All right, moving on. Every great story needs compelling characters, right? Well, in your company's story, the main characters are your clients and your team. So let's take some time to really define who they are and what makes them tick.
This part is all about empathy. We've got to go way beyond just demographics and truly understand the people we're here to serve. What do they deserve that maybe they aren't getting right now? What are the real-world things they struggle with? And maybe most importantly, what kind of relationship do we want to build with them? Are we their guide? A partner? This defines our role in their story.
Okay, now let's flip the camera around and look inward for a minute. Who are the people who are actually going to bring this whole vision to life? And don't just think about skills here. Think about traits. Who is it that really thrives in your culture? What kind of community are you trying to build on purpose? This isn't just about hiring, It's about defining your tribe.
So, you've asked the hard questions, you've done the soul searching, but how do you know when you're done? I mean, a great story needs an ending, and this whole process, it needs a clear finish line. So let's talk about what done actually looks like.
And here it is.
This is your finish line. And you'll notice, it's not about writing some huge novel. It's all about achieving clarity and authenticity across these key areas. So, once you have a simple, clear purpose statement, a vision that gets you genuinely excited and feels true, and you've listed your core beliefs about your clients and your team in your own words, you've done it. You are there.
And just like that, you've done it. This isn't just a document that's going to sit in a folder somewhere. This is the DNA of your organization. You have authored the foundational story that's going to guide your decisions, attract the right people, and give real meaning to the work you do every single day.
And that, of course, leads to the final and maybe most crucial question, because a story is only powerful when it's actually told. This core narrative isn't meant to sit on a shared drive collecting digital dust. It's meant to be shared, to inspire, and to be lived out loud. Your story is written. So, who are you going to share it with first?